Fuck you.
Fuck you. Hello there, and welcome to Macac, episode number. Anyone?
150.
158.
158. There we go. How was everyone?
150.
158, yeah.
Apparently, Bruce doesn't have the notes up.
158. No, I do.
Apparently, Bruce is playing to the audience as a gag.
There it is. I see it up there now. Okay, Macac. No, 158. So, first of all, obviously, we'll go and sort of see how everyone is going. But I need to, first of all, welcome our guest. Joe is here. Joe from Joe's Computer Museum. And, of course, we're going to be talking about, Marcintosh and stuff coming up in the not-too-distant future. But in the meantime, just to kick things off, Joe, how you going?
Doing great. How's everybody hanging out today? Good?
Good.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Marcintosh is here. It's March. It's Macintosh. It's 2022. And we're all set to have an absolute buttload of fun.
Yeah, you cannot ask for more than
that's
that.
quite a
can you?
claim. We haven't even started yet.
I know.
Hey, can I get some of
started.
the crack you're on? Because I need just a little bit of your energy.
No,
I'm life,
that is just PRAM batteries, just
Ow!
grounded down. That's what it is. They have to be
Ow.
fully charged though.
Okay, that's we should save that for what were they smoking, right?
There you go.
That's more like what were they snorting?
So if you have a look up in the little top left-hand corner, you'll see our little Marcintosh logo. I probably should have made that text white, but never mind. There it is. There's a little Marcintosh floating there. So keep an eye out for it because it is Marcintosh for all of March.
No way.
Not just half a March.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say,
that's right.
Now I can't. I was going to put my arm in front of it so you could see it, but
Yeah.
No, watch out! You have an intruder.
there it is. There it is.
Hey, Martin.
Just rest your arm like that through the entire show. You won't get to
This hurts. I'm going to stop doing that.
How about everyone else? I'll start off with you, I think, Grudy, because you haven't been with us the last couple of shows. How are you going? What you been up to?
I'm alive.
That's a plus.
Not getting a
Damn.
haircut
I
either, right?
survived the funk, as I like to describe it. And then I survived really bad bronchitis. And I've gotten to the point where I can talk again.
Oh, what a shame.
Just our luck.
Yay! So I can actually start filming again.
Good luck.
So
And-
when are you going to get a haircut, though?
Oh, it's only been a year.
Looks like about 20.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Now, I have a
hey.
practical question at this time. Do you have any trucks that are currently working?
3-ish.
Ish.
So that's
Ish.
a no. That's a no.
And let me guess, they are mint.
Oh, yeah, they're mint. You can put your finger right through the sides of them.
Oh,
Weight reduction.
Oh, dear. And how about you, GT? Anything interesting last week?
I just picked up a zip drive, my first one in a long time, and it works. Someone told me I was going to have the click of death on it. It didn't have the click of death. It works perfect. Someone's going to throw it away. So this is the stuff people throw away all the
Does
time.
that someone owe you $10?
Possibly.
I will
but
dig out 10 of my finest counterfeit dollars for you.
10 Monopoly dollars, right?
No, I wouldn't waste Monopoly money on you. I'll just Xerox a couple of dollar bills and send them to you.
But I won't be on. I'll be leaving at around 8:45. I have to go spot for a friend of mine. Race he's doing, so I have to do that.
don't give her over.
Understandable. Yeah. All right. Well, okay. We'll make sure we give everyone plenty of warning so that they can say their goodbyes. How about you, Steve? What have you been up to? It's been a pretty tumultuous time for you, has it not?
Yeah, it sucked. But hey, it's Joe. No.
That's Steve.
I wanted to see what Joe was doing. Yeah, I did a fundraiser for my bunny, and I want to thank everybody for tuning into that and giving what they could. That was really a cool thing to have done. So thank you, everybody. And VCF was this past weekend. Mike and I were dorking around. Go check out Mike's stream. He did a surprise stream with me and Sean of Action Retro. I didn't even know Sean was going to be there. That was exciting. So that was like 5 hours of tomfoolery. And then I just finished tinkering around with this on a stream. Turned it on. It's not totally dead, so that's good. And it's Sage. So what more could you say about that?
And what needs to be done to it?
Well, we need to get some pliers. I need to get them from Dana. He has magic pliers, and just need to rip out the disc from that optical drive.
Stay away
We
from
also-
Dana's pliers.
That's the joke, yeah.
I know.
And then we have to reseat the memory because for whatever reason it's only seeing half of it, and route the PRAM battery and just give it a good old clean.
And you need the
But you-
iHammer for that, right?
Probably.
You're actually able to boot into a system, yeah?
Yeah, it'll boot into. It has Jaguar on it, 10.2.8, and it also has 9.2.1 on it. So I dual booted
Wonderful.
during the stream, and the speakers work fine. So it's just yeah, that's just how it is.
Fine is being a relative term on an iMac.
Yeah, I mean it is what it is. This is why
It makes noise.
Well, this is why I would never pay $175 for one of these things. There's just so much to go wrong in it. So about 50, 60 bucks, that's around my price.
But it's
range.
very pretty looking.
It is very pretty. That's the only reason I got the darn thing, because the color.
And so, if I'm to believe what some people have been telling me, you have only one particular color of iMac left to collect. Is that right?
Well, I mean, if you go for the slot load and the tray load, I'm missing a few of the fruit colors in the slot load versus the tray load. So I'm not trying to collect them all. Trust me, there's no space for that.
Yes, you are.
Yes, you
No, I'm
are.
not.
Come on.
No. I don't. I gave Mike the ruby one out of free will. I said, "Here, take
He's
it."
only missing 2 colors, and I bought the ruby, so I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, I don't really care for the. If a blue Dalmatian jumped in my lap, I'd take it. But other than that, I'm not looking for it. Well, just like I say for a TAM, if someone's going to give me a TAM, sure, I'm not going to look for the darn thing because I'm not paying that much. But yeah, anyway, that's me.
Excellent. And how about you, Mike? There he is. Mike, what have you been up to?
Same shit, different day.
And we're demonetized.
It's interesting.
You're not
I'm just
demonetized.
messing with you.
It's interesting you say that because didn't you do a stream yesterday?
Yeah, something a little bit different happened. Come on.
Yesterday.
You had to tease this out of you. You have to promote yourself. Come on.
It was very interesting.
What are you, Christian?
I did a surprise stream, and I had to give Bruce, for liability reasons, I had to inform Bruce that he was being recorded and broadcast to the entire world. He's sitting there pulling the screen off an iPad. He has no idea what's going on.
I'd been doing it for 15 minutes before I realized we were live.
It was actually hilarious. I did it mainly because I wanted to see if I could get a couple watch hours out of it. And here we were on for like 3.5 hours, doing absolutely nothing. Just like a total BS session. It was great.
Ron joined. I joined for like 5 minutes. I went to bed. Dave joined at the end of it.
Yeah, but
you got out of bed and then went back to bed.
Yeah,
I got out of bed to see what all the fuss was about. Then I said, "Oh, nuts to this," and went back to bed.
So I did at least hit 1,000 subs during that stream. So everybody needs to come over to my channel at the end of this video or at the end of this stream, so I can give away a laptop, and we'll see what else happens.
Which I'm gonna win.
Whatever, Jay. So, and then I went to VCF with Steve over the weekend. We did a stream, and the whole Steve not knowing about Sean coming was actually intentional, because I wanted to surprise him.
I would have never joined if that rascal was there.
Oh, whatever. So yeah, it was that was 5 hours of sheer entertainment. We'll see some of it a little later tonight. I got a PowerBook 540C out of it, so I'm a happy guy.
Yeah, no, I can't complain about the 540C. Definitely
And
one of my faves.
A 25-inch laptop, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and then a Toshiba Cosimo or Cosimo. I'm not sure. I'm not exactly sure how you
The laptop I was going to give away.
Yeah.
But yeah, I traded Steve my iMac G5 for this Toshiba laptop.
Wasn't a good trade.
Not the prototype, right?
No, not the prototype. No, my crappy. What do
I
you mean
don't
it
know,
wasn't a good trade?
I think Steve
I'm
made out in
kidding.
that trade. I think
You
Steve made
got a
out.
fully working computer, fully upgraded, totally kitted out G5, and I got a laptop with no hard drives, no power adapter. We didn't even know if it worked.
I'm sorry. Did you agree to the trade? Then why do I care?
I'm the one that brought it up, not you.
And
So-
we should mention that this particular laptop is registered in the state of Pennsylvania as a lethal weapon.
Yes, it is.
You could murder somebody with it.
It weighs 11.5 pounds.
Holy.
Very heavy.
By the way, my PS2 portable weighs 18 pounds.
That luggable.
Yeah.
Think of this. I took mine to college with me and carried it to class.
That explains the duct tape.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's part of it, yeah.
yeah. You probably dropped it about 350 times.
No, I never actually dropped it. It was just the hinge.
If you dropped it, it would damage the tile of the school.
Yeah, probably would.
It's still
probably
mint.
would.
No,
Well-
mine is actually mint. There's no duct tape on mine.
Yeah.
I am
Yeah.
going to put a stop to this.
Just
for the
wait,
sake of
Bruce,
keeping the show
there's more.
moving.
Well, Joey or Steve or Bruce is the host.
Yes, that's right. So I'm going to now pass it across to Jay. What have you been up to?
Absolutely nothing.
Come on.
Stream wise, have I?
Come
I don't
on.
know.
What
You don't
happened?
even know.
What happened to you this week?
Oh yeah, I got monetized.
See?
Yay!
Yay.
I got monetized. I checked all the boxes, flipped all the switches, and immediately got like 25 copyright strikes. So I'm currently looking into that. Apparently, royalty-free music is not royalty-free
Yeah,
anymore
we told you this.
from the websites that I got it from.
So
Yeah.
the important thing to remember with royalty-free music, because I went through this myself, is that what that essentially means is you can use it to your heart's content in a not-for-profit fashion. The moment you become monetized and you start getting money for using that music, they say, "Well, we want a piece of it." So,
Yeah.
and I got done by that. Thankfully, only once. I used a piece of music in one of my videos, and once I became monetized, it just instantly came up and said, "No, you can't." No problem with that video staying on my channel. No problem with that video being watched. No problem with that music being used. I just can't make money from the video.
Yeah, I got a few of my older videos where I got there wasn't any spoken audio. There's just background music, so no big deal. But yeah, that happened.
Real? So you got
a,
25 strikes for real? Or?
Nah, I got like 3.
Oh,
I like to exaggerate things.
I was gonna say.
Jay, exaggerate? No.
And I got a super disk drive for my Pismo. Super stoked about that. Needed
I have
a few
3 and
repairs.
they don't work. Good luck.
It works.
Now,
Yeah,
I
Jay's
saw you
working
doing
faster.
some gluing with that, with some broken plastic or something
Yeah,
like that.
the bezel was cracked in a few places. And the guy tried to super glue it, making an extra mess. Started melting the plastic a little bit. But yeah, I JB welded it all back together, and it's I'm not gonna say good as new. It's Groody mint and functional.
Can't
That's
ask for much
sad.
more than that.
No, I've been pretty busy with repairs, and it's not stuff that I'm doing on camera. So, but Mike has a 10,000 subs giveaway stream after Macyak, and that reminded
1,000.
me.
10,000.
10,000. He's got 10,000 subs now?
Yeah,
What?
you know, a lot happens overnight. But that reminded me, I am supposed to do a giveaway as well. So I'll do my video sometime this weekend, I think.
What were you giving away?
I don't remember. I have to watch the giveaway video to figure that out.
He's giving away, I think it's a 2011 MacBook Pro that's in rather questionable condition or
Sounds
something
familiar.
like that.
Yeah,
It's not a 15 or 17, is it? I hope it's.
it's a
like a-
15, I think.
Hey.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you're
Greg
giving
F.
away
Dog, it's
GPU
not
troubles.
I don't know what it is, but stay tuned. I'll let you all know.
All right. Well, I'm last then.
No, Joe didn't go yet, you dork.
He went first.
Yeah, he went first.
Oh, he did? I'm not paying
Yeah.
attention then. Never mind.
Steve's more worried about what's behind him than what's on the show right here.
I might even let Joe have a second go.
Yay!
I bought a machine for making what we call badges, but I think you guys call buttons.
Ooh.
So I've been making my own little custom buttons. I got my little
Nice.
I like it.
Motorola one here. I've got my little Scuzzy one here, which has got the Scuzzy logo and "Bus Not Terminated" written on the top there. I've got
Show us the silly one of you. That looks fun.
the silly one. This is the cap hat one with me with my capacitor hat.
Oh my
And of course, I've
gosh.
got my little. Got to have the Brankus eye, the all-seeing Brankus eye, and the.
That's why
of
my
course,
quadra didn't
Apple
work anymore, Bruce. I took down my Brankus eye.
Ah,
Put that
yes.
back up.
this. Well, okay, you know what to do next. So anyone who's getting sort of recapping or buying Blue Scozy things from me in the future, feel free to expect random little badges or buttons.
You owe me some buttons from. I got nothing with my Brucinator.
No, this is true. I'll send some with the second one that I send you.
Okay.
When I send you the second one.
Ever.
And then the other thing is I'm popping out today. This is going to be something that I'm going to be live streaming tomorrow. I just thought I'd mention this is a little bit of Marcintosh fun sort of has just landed in my lap. Someone just sent me a message and just said, "Hey, Bruce, buy this, buy it now." And it was an eBay link, and sure enough, there was this guy, Macintosh 2FX, that clearly looks like it's been used as a bone anchor or something like that.
I was going to say, that looks like it's been at the bottom of a lake.
Yeah. I will super chat you $50 if you lick it upon arrival.
Oh.
Seriously, that really isn't a dare for me. I lick all sorts of things. So
okay, that's TMI.
Welcome to Bruce's new channel, Licking Things with Bruce.
Bruce, lick stuff. Okay, so anyhow, there it is here from the side. We've even got the little programmers interrupt buttons there. Some of this stuff looks like it's actually damage to the case, but I've zoomed in and it's just dirt. So, it might clean off, it might not. We've got 2 display cards in it, got a power supply there, and the board is there. So it is essentially what I would consider reasonably complete. That's it there. As you can see, beautiful pictures. So who knows? Who knows what's inside? Who knows what's in store? I will be picking that up this afternoon. I will then be live streaming that tomorrow, probably around about my normal time, around about that 8 p.m. Eastern time, which is midday here for me. And we'll see what's inside, whether it's just a rusted lump inside or whether it might actually be a repairable 2FX.
I have a question for you, Bruce.
Please.
Is there any shots that show any empty or not filled in Nubus card slots?
How do you mean?
Back? Like on the back of I see there's a thumbnail of the photo that I don't know if you can click on that shows the Nubus slots. Okay, they're all filled. Okay, so your expected amount of mouse feces is now lowered because there are 2 things in the slots there.
Yeah, there's no way to get in there. There's certainly still ways for water to get in there, but no.
Of course. So, it looks like either one. It looks like a display card and an Ethernet card.
Well, if one of them is an Ethernet card, it's obviously
it's the AUI.
Old, AUI, yeah. So, but it could actually be 2 display cards for all we know.
Yeah. Well, good luck.
It'll be interesting. Very interesting to see. As I have. This is Australia, so I paid over $100 for this. Now I know everyone looks at that and laughs, but to see a 2FX come up on eBay for like under $1,000 is a bit of a rarity in these parts. So I just jumped on it, and I thought we'll suffer the pain later. So
I must say one thing though, I can smell it from here.
Yeah,
that's your beard, Grudy.
Thanks.
Oh dear. Alrighty then. So I am going to just hang on. Stop.
By the way, you're picking this up this afternoon, so you have to stream after Mike is done. Can't wait a whole day to figure out what's in that thing.
Well, I'm going to look inside, but I'm not going to tell anyone.
Oh, come on.
Come on, you got to open it up live. You got to do it live.
You will have to watch tomorrow to find out.
Okay, if you don't open it either until you go live.
Yeah, one.
You're not going to?
The curiosity is going to get the best of me. He can't not.
Yeah, there's no way that is going to sit there for 24 hours or whatever, 18 hours, and not get opened.
Well, if you're part of the Mac-Yak elite, he'll maybe send us.
But what I might set up a camera so I can at least record my reaction and then play that during my live.
Yes, do that.
And it's Bruce going, "Oh my god!" and he runs out the building screaming,
chased by spiders.
As he has a gas mask on.
Chickens are popping out of it.
There's a lot of feces in here.
Hashtag short.
Oh yeah, that would make a cool short.
That would.
Add some explosion.
Yeah. So anyhow, but the other really stupid thing that I've been doing, it's not stupid at all. My apologies to Joe when I say this, but I have been using Apple IIs a lot. I've been playing with my Apple IIc and the Apple IIe that I got from Rudy that he sent out to me from Canada, which is very, very kind of him. And I've been playing with these and having a real hoot of a time. And of course, how bad is that timing? Marcintosh, and I'm playing with things that aren't Macs. So anyhow. Well, that's that. Still
We'll
enjoying the
forgive
old
you.
Apple IIe stuff. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
At least it's an
Apple II
apple.
forever.
Yeah. So,
Apple
just in
III
case
forever.
in case anyone is thinking that I'm really dragging this beginning section out, that's because I am, and that's because I'm looking at how few topics we have.
Well,
Yeah.
the first
And
half
has
of our
that ever
Macintosh.
stopped us before?
Sorry.
Has
Well,
that
the
ever
first half
stopped
of
us?
our discussion is going to be what shade of green we like. That'll take up a half hour, and
Yeah.
then we'll go from there.
That's an easy answer. There is no good shade of green.
Well,
Zero,
I
zero.
disagree.
FF 00. Done.
And of course, we need to give the plug to Mike. Mike's little. Did we do this already? The plug to his video of him giving himself a little bit of a zap and a start.
No, we haven't.
No.
Okay, so we better put this one into the chat. So
Oh, this is good.
Mike was playing with a power supply the other day during a live stream. Now, there are a few things to always keep in mind when dealing with power supplies, is they have two different sides to them. Generally, there is one side which has all sorts of high dangerous voltage, and the other side's not so bad. And he kind of might have got those two sides mixed up. Maybe something along those lines. So if anyone gets a chance, go in and have a look at that video and enjoy Mike getting zapped by 110 AC volts. So
Who hasn't done that before?
Here you go.
That just sounds freaking awesome, man.
Yeah, that's,
Oh,
that's very.
hey, it's got voltage, by the way.
What happened?
Nah, just mild twitch, little
Did it
tingle.
explode?
No. It's just 110 volts, human skin,
Oh yeah,
no protection. Yeah, just normal shit.
yeah. Thad Mac would buy it.
oh, wonderful stuff. Wonderful.
If you really want to enjoy this clip even more, go to his channel and watch it at half speed. It's awesome.
I have to do that.
I don't know if that holds a candle to Bruce's, capacitor pop.
The exploding capacitor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was a one in a lifetime moment to capture that one. I don't think anything like that.
Well, it might not be one in a
they're
lifetime
different.
moment because you just bought a 2FX, Bruce.
Yeah, this is true.
Yeah, make sure you're filming.
yeah.
Get a nice close up.
Oh dear. Okay, so also just before we get into our topics that we don't have, just quick mention, a little reminder to people about the if you haven't watched it already, the Macintosh Gaming Federation of Gamers. We only have one video there at the moment, but we will be adding more videos very soon. I'm in the process of just working out which game we're going to review next. So if you haven't seen it, go there, check it out, have a bit of a giggle. It's us basically trying to find some of the real gems of vintage Mac gaming.
Only
And
the
then,
best.
Then basically getting the person who doesn't play games particularly well to play them while the rest of us review them. So so check that out if you have a bit of spare time and you would like a little chuckle. Okay, what do we got? Okay, let's move into Marcintosh. So it is March, which means it is time for Marcintosh. This is now the second Marcintosh. Is that correct? This is okay.
That is correct. Year number 2.
And what do we have to look forward to, Joe?
Oh my gosh. I can tell you already that this year compared to last is popping like crazy. There is so much going on flying by on Twitter. There's already, about 25 or 30 videos on YouTube, whereas last year there were only about 100 total for the whole month. So things are really going crazy already. Tons of things to look forward to. People fixing old Macs, breaking old Macs, playing with old Macs, getting them up and running again, sharing their stories about their old Macs. We even have people complaining that the Mac isn't good enough and saying, well, my Amiga's a better Mac. And I'm like, that's cool. That's fine. But yeah, just across the board, anything from the first 68K Mac all the way up to, we're even including the early Intel Macs this year. If you like your Macs and you want to show it off and have fun with it and share that love with everybody, that's what it's all about.
Nice.
Awesome. Fantastic. And have you recorded some Marcintosh videos already?
I am currently working on it. I've been so crazy busy, like helping manage getting it running, plus a whole bunch of other stuff. I haven't really had a lot of personal time to do my own Marcintosh videos, but we are working on a little collab project between the folks of us in the Retro Repair Roundtable to give away a Mac SE during Marcintosh. And
Nice.
I'm working on my part of that right now. So hopefully in the next day or two, that'll be out. And then it'll go to Ron, then it'll go to Javier, then it'll go to Rudy, and we'll be able to give that out. It'll be super awesome.
And may I ask, is it an 800K or a Super Drive?
It's a
SE?
super drive.
Oh, I don't have one of them. I want one of them.
So Joe,
Bruce,
you
I'm
remind me.
afraid
I
oh, go ahead.
have one of those that. Well, let's just say the battery's extra spicy inside, so that'll be a video.
Spicy batteries.
It's a good thing that there's someone who's making new boards for these. Then there,
I'm just stealing the chip. That's all I'm gonna do. That's all I want.
And what about let's sort of go around the Mac Yackers. Does anyone else in the Mac Yak group have anything planned for Marcintosh?
Yeah, what are we all doing for Marcintosh, guys?
I have so much planned.
Yoo-hoo!
Just like I did with Power PC Challenge, and nothing happened. So we'll see.
Well,
Yeah, I'll go. I have where'd the box go? Oh, the box is over there. The Mac Effects clear case. I'm finally finishing the little video I have on that. So that's for the Macintosh SE, and I have a lovely little project that I've been trying to put together. So I'm just gonna have to do it in parts because otherwise I'll never release the video. And I want to give a big shout out to Mark of Mac Effects and his Apple IIc keyboard Kickstarter that's going on now during that video, so we get some love out of that because he gave me that case as a hey, do a review of it and stuff so long ago that I'm ashamed of it. So I want to make sure that we get some positive, money flowing towards him for his Kickstarter stuff, from promoting my video or whatever. So, but that'll be fun. There's a lot of cool things I want to show off with that. So once I clear off this iMac out of the desk, we'll do that.
That'll never happen.
Yeah. Oh, and let's see what else. What other crap I was going to do for Marcintosh. I have that 5 1/4 PC drive that Apple shipped for the SE and the Mac 2. Want to play around with that and some other weird stuff that you normally would not think is Mac related. Because why make things easy? But yeah, that'll be me.
excellent. And what about you, Gritty? You got anything planned for the old
well,
Marcintosh?
my official 2021 comeback video was supposed to be a Marcintosh video, but I figured in October that that'd be a little late to do it. So, I do a lot of Mac videos. So I've got a few in the pipeline that would probably be perfect for it that I'm planning on filming this month. So
He
we'll
did a
see what
lot in
happens.
2019.
Yeah, I was gonna say 2019.
Yeah, I feel like I haven't seen a Mac video in a while from you, Gritty.
Plenty of trucks though.
January, I had one.
Okay.
Which
I've been
year?
a little sick.
What year? Yeah.
Dear. One that didn't involve you breaking down in a truck on the way somewhere.
Yeah,
Oh, that narrows it down.
yeah, it narrows it down. Yeah.
Who else we got? GT, you got anything interesting planned for Marcintosh?
Not off the top of my head. I don't have anything planned right now, so we'll have to see. I'll just have to wing it and see if I'll do anything for it.
Okay, all right, fair enough. Now, Jay, we just had a voice from you before. You've got mountains of beige.
Lies.
Surely some of that can make a decent Marcintosh video.
Yes.
And there's a stack of beige in that room in there, isn't there?
Yeah, still. It's
Well,
only been
I have
6
some
months.
free time. I should just drive there and pick it up.
I will be before this week is up. I will order the capacitors to fix at least one of them.
Nice.
Okay. And I would love for us to be able to see that. You're going to live stream it or record
Well,
it?
now that he's monetized,
Do
he
it.
doesn't have to do any
Do
shit.
it.
You know, Jay, you could also fix that iMac G5 power supply you've been trying to fix for like 2 years.
Yeah.
Not beige enough.
You're just lucky that you told me, oh, that's my iMac, because I was so close to scrapping it. This thing has been in my way forever. I need to get rid of it.
I
That's
even
why
have it
stickers
on
on
video dropping it off at your house. It's
Yeah.
on my channel. How could you lose track of whose it was?
Because he doesn't watch your channel constantly.
I tend to run out of space fairly quickly in here, and stuff kind of just vanishes. Last night, I found a MacBook Air under my desk.
I was going to say, Jay lost
Cool.
a MacBook Air. Didn't even know he had it.
Yep.
And,
mean,
you expect him to remember whose iMac that is?
Yeah.
Well,
No, I think that taking apart that Bondi blue iMac
What?
that I have
What?
in the garage, Bondi blue iMac, might make for a fun Marcintosh video.
You're gonna make Bruce's head explode. Well, I think Grudy has iMacs all over the country because he has a couple sitting here at my place. Do you have any sitting with you, Steve?
No, thankfully not. Otherwise, I'd be using them.
But he's got my card and a few other iMac parts, I think.
I got one thing that's yours, which I tried to buy off
And
of
my
you. So,
Apple
no, I'll
II.
keep it. No, Mike has your Apple II.
Since when does Mike have my Apple II?
Since
Since-
last year.
About a year and a half ago?
Yeah.
We told you this.
You said, yeah, sure,
told me
sounds
that.
great.
See,
Speaking of people
Grudy just
forgetting
uses all of us as a storage place. for
Doesn't
all
really
of
With
us.
matter.
bad memory.
Grudy
Steve.
is complaining that Jay can't remember that he dropped off an iMac there, and Grudy himself can't remember where the heck his stuff is. So
Yeah. But it doesn't really matter. I mean, I've already field stripped it and sold off the parts anyway. So,
Ripped it. Right.
I mean, it's not like it really matters at this point in time. I mean, because 10 minutes afterwards, he's going to forget that it's here anyway. So you might as well just say it's my Apple IIe because
it's
he's
temporarily Mike's Apple II.
Yeah, it's going to be mine for I figure probably at least another 3 years. So I should be able to.
Maybe.
I should be able to do some stuff with it, you know.
As soon as you get me my Centris unharmed, Grudy, the Apple II will miraculously show up at your doorstep.
And you know what, guys? The Apple
No, it
IIs are
won't.
tanks, and they live forever. So no matter who it's going to be with, whoever it ends up getting to, it's still going to work.
I don't know. Mike's cats seem to destroy things just by like knocking them over 50 times. So
It's in the
Or
closet
knocking
because
themselves over.
they already broke a key on it that I have to replace.
see,
This
is what happens.
Before this.
I had to
Before
show
this
that.
Bondi discussion gets out of hand, let's hear it straight from the source. The only Australian we have. Here it is. Pay attention.
It's Bondi. Name.
Did you catch that?
Named after Bondi.
Ah,
Yeah.
It is
No.
named after the beach, which is not that far away from me. It's probably about a half an hour drive for me to get there, and it is called Bondi. So there
That's
you
not
go.
what the record
that's
shows.
not what this is here.
It's Bondi.
We're looking at the same thing.
I mean,
Oh,
there's
dear,
no
dear.
clever editing involved there. No trickery. That's he said it. Just bam.
Now, I had mentioned to you guys, I think probably not on the show, but in private, that I had this SCSI 2SD PowerBook edition here all wrapped up on my desk and had been here for weeks. And I finally found out where it's meant to go. I got contacted the other day and he said, you know that SCSI 2SD you sent in November still hasn't arrived.
Oops.
Oops.
So anyhow, that will be going out today. My apologies. It will be going out today, and we'll get it there as fast as we possibly can. So, sorry.
I feel your pain,
Sorry.
Bruce. I've done the same thing more than once.
So I think
now it has beard juice on it. It's clean beard. It's a perfectly clean beard.
I think Joe had a little clip to set up.
Yes,
didn't you,
yes.
Joe?
My apologies. We did get
Oh, you're
sidetracked there. It is Joe's turn to now show us something.
Sure, absolutely. So I'm doing a little thing for
Not
Marcintosh
that,
here.
Joe.
Of course, we're giving away this SE FDHD for Marcintosh, and I started a little bit of production on that today, and I was so pleased with myself at this weird effect that I was able to do for the intro to my video. So I posted that as a behind the scenes, and I figured we would share a little teaser tidbit of that tonight. So
Sure, let me click on
roll that beautiful bean footage.
Nice.
That was it?
Yeah, that took an hour and a half to do. I don't have fancy tools. I had to do it magically, manually, with like fades and sliders and scaling and crap.
Standing there with a bunch of laser pens pointing at the camera.
Yeah, there you go.
That's better than Ken's portal because it doesn't bang boxes into my forehead. So
Did you tell them what you originally did?
oh god. Okay, so if you Ken's video that he released last week or whenever the week before,
Yeah, it was
I
last week.
fixed his original Newton message pad for him, and he has this whole portal shipping gag. So he gets a box and he does the portal effect. So I needed somebody to throw the box onto the desk. So I asked my wife to help me. And so she comes down here. She stands about where these Macs are, and the table's right behind me. And she has this box, and it's empty, but it's still a box with some packing material in it and tape and whatever, and corners that are fairly sharp. And so we weren't rolling yet, unfortunately, because to have this on camera would have been absolutely freaking hilarious. But we're not rolling yet. And I said, well, just practice throwing it at me. She says, at you? I said, yeah, if it like hits my head, it'll be funny because I'm like, oh, it hit Steve and whatever. And I'm sitting there with the Macintosh Dummies book, like pretending I'm reading. And the gag is that the box is going to come bonk me on the head lightly because that's how gravity works. And, the gag is, oh, there's a box. Oh, it's from Ken. And I go from there. Well, the first take, she takes this box and she freaking whips it at my head so hard. My glasses fly off onto the ground, and I'm going, ah! And the camera tripod almost falls over because she goes to grab me, like, "Oh, are you okay?" And I go, "The camera!" And she's and I'm like this, going, "Ow!" And she goes, "You told me to throw it." Wow. So that's why in the final version of that, the box just lands next to me and not at my person.
This is why Steve has to stay in the good graces of his wife, because she will whip a box at his head the next time he brings another image.
Can you imagine if it was a heavy box?
Oh, I'd be dead.
Message here.
Get rid of this crap, Steve. Yeah, that's hey, Dana.
Hello to Dana. You
and he's froze. He's frozen.
What's going on, Dana?
He's going to mime school.
Going good?
That's very professional.
So Dana,
What's that, Dana? You're giving away a MacBook Pro 2015?
Yes, I am giving one away.
Next week I'm going to be there.
Oh my god!
Oh dear. Okay.
This is going south
Let's
really
just leave
quick.
that window up. Yeah,
Yeah, it is. It is.
Oh, he's gone. Darn it.
Now, while we wait for
I wish
Dana
there
to
was an
come back,
outtake. It wasn't recorded. Vintage Hillbilly Shack. I wish there was an outtake. Unfortunately, I did tap the record button on my phone because I thought I was going to record, but the Wi-Fi link between my phone and the camera, like, bleh, and it didn't do it, unfortunately. But my eye socket hurt for a while. So
that's why you should have security cameras everywhere.
Yeah, because then you can catch your stepdad running you over with a pickup truck.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Is he here? Is he here
It
this
says
time?
device is not connected now.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's really here.
He's a black swirl now.
Yes.
having some internet issues. It's a shame.
Before
There
we,
he is.
uh,
Hey.
Before we ask him what he's going to do for Marcintosh, maybe we should put in a few eep quacks.
Eep. Quack.
Yes.
My MacBook restarted itself. Sorry.
Yeah,
MacBook.
because I have to
Interesting.
go.
MacBook Pro.
Yeah, see you, GT.
Well, I
Bye.
want to do the eat quacks first.
We
No,
are,
go now.
There
Yeah,
is
go now.
there is only one Eat Quack. One of the ones that in Eat Quack was meant to be a topic, and I put it in the wrong place. So there is only one Eat Quack.
Oh,
Oh yeah, I see that one. Yeah.
Okay. So Eat Quack, are you going to read this, GT? Seeing as
Yeah, I could do that. So, eep if you have, quack if you haven't. Have you ever found something on Marketplace and pounced on it and even got a reply saying if you could pick it up today, only to have the seller sell it to someone else?
quack.
Eep,
Eep.
eep, eep.
Eep.
really sounds like you want to talk about this, GT.
Just for a second here, because that
No, this is not. This is going to be a 20-minute thing. I'm
Our
No,
therapy
no, it's
rate
not gonna be a
is
20
$50
minute.
an hour. We'll keep it cheap.
Yeah. So what happened to me was I found this guy selling this Classic 2 for, I think it was like $50. It needed some capacitor work because it had the checkerboard pattern and it had the little sad Mac and everything. So I knew it was going to need some work. So I was like, yes, I will take it. And he says, can you pick it up today? And I said, yes, I get off work at 5. I will pick it up. So then I go and check it while I'm at work and it says pending. I said, okay, where do you want me to come pick it up? He goes, oh, I'm sorry, but I already sold it to somebody else. I was like, what? I was like, really? I was like, he was like saying, oh, I'm sorry, but I lost, or something like I lost control of it. I was like, I didn't even make sense to me. I'm like, yeah, whatever, dude. If you're gonna,
Someone else offered more.
Yeah, see, the
Probably.
thing is, but there are now buttons on Facebook where you could actually send an offer. So what could have happened, not to defend the guy, but what could have happened is if somebody hit the send offer button and it was the amount or a higher amount and he clicks accept, I think it's a little difficult to backtrack from that without having, oh no, you have to agree to this.
well, it didn't have those buttons.
Oh,
'Cause
okay.
I would have actually sent
Sent
an
an
offer
offer,
and
Steve
Never
is
mind.
defending the guy.
Guy's a jerk. Nope,
Yeah.
guy's a jerk.
No, it didn't even have one of those buy it now buttons, like that. It's to sell it, because I would have pushed that like right away, because this had the bag and everything, the Mac bag, the red Mac bag, had the keyboard and mouse, but it just needed some work.
It does sound like you got shafted.
Yes,
Now,
and he's froze again.
Yeah, Dana,
No, he's very
we
serious.
we need to make sure he pulls a face before this happens next time.
Well,
I
yeah,
don't think it's all that predictable.
yeah, GT, that happened to me too, about 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, this one just happened a couple days ago.
Mac, though. It wasn't a Mac though. It was a pickup truck.
Of course, it was a pickup truck.
Well, it was a really good shaped truck for a
Oh,
Did
really
it run?
how many
Did it-
wheels were missing?
Yeah, did it?
No, it was actually. It looked like it was a brand new truck. It was.
That's
low
what you
miles
said.
and-
That's what you said about all the other trucks that don't run.
How
now.
many hundreds of thousands of miles was on it?
About 200 or 300, but still.
All right. How many parts that were essential to its operation were missing? We could do this all day, Grudy.
None. It
Don't lie
was
to me.
a daily driver. But anyway, he
Until which ditch did it get crashed into?
he and I made we agreed on a price. I said, I'll be there. He said, I'm at work right now. I'll see you around 5. We got ready to leave at 4 because we were about an hour away from him. And as we were messaging him, he said, I already sold it.
So, this is just a practical question here. When you're in a situation like that where you kind of agree on purchasing something, does it make sense to, I don't know, pay them a deposit or something with PayPal? So
I'm not going to send some stranger I know like $4,000 over digital. It's no.
Yeah,
I'm thinking
cash
probably
when it
more.
comes to
I'm thinking more
a
about the
truck.
computer than the truck. So,
Yeah.
Well, I would have if there was a way to do that. I would not send it friends and family, of course, because then you can't get it back. But
Yeah.
but I would have. But he basically said, "Can you pick it up today?" And I was like, "Okay, yes, I can pick it up after work." And that was the last thing I got from him until I checked it and said it said it was pending. So I asked the guy. I said, "No, actually, yes, pending." Then I looked at it again. It said sold. I was like, "What? Wait a second." And I was like, okay.
And knowing you for a few years now, I know exactly how that conversation went.
Oh yeah, it was not Mac-Yak appropriate after that.
No.
So.
And,
Let me just say, if he had another one to sell, he wouldn't have sold it to you after that.
absolutely
Probably not.
Because bridges are not reusable when GT is involved. They are burned to the ground. And sorry, small segue. We all really need to stop giving Rudy crap about his trucks. A friend of his sent me a photo of Rudy on his way to do groceries, and it explains quite a bit.
Yeah, that's about hard drive. Yep.
Yeah, if we just start ignoring him, maybe the problem will go away.
I ignore him all the time. You guys just keep talking.
All right, guys. Well, I got to bail out of here, so you guys have a great show.
GT.
We'll catch you guys
Thanks,
later.
GT. See you later.
Adios.
Bye.
Hey.
Let's talk about him.
Finally, he's gone.
Now, we do have another couple of topics here that we're really going to have to work on stretching or come up with something as we go. Tomorrow is, which is March 4th, which is actually today here, but never mind, is the National Day of Unplugging. Whole day to unplug,
what are we gonna plug?
relax, reflect, be active, be outdoors. Will we partake? If so,
What's the weather
what
like
will we be
I've
doing?
never even heard of it before, so
Hold
Me
on,
neither.
I'm checking tomorrow's forecast.
Yeah,
Put a
it's
link
gonna-
in the chat. But yeah, the whole idea is that we're all addicted to technology, and we should take a day.
No.
no.
Can I leave it plugged in?
What
and just not use it?
addiction? What is it? No, this is all.
If you want to go very
No.
literal, you have to physically unplug Ethernet, power cables, everything. But we'll settle for just turning it off.
If I
Ignore it.
unplug the Ethernet cable, I will be strangled by it by my wife for the internet not working. So this is dangerous for my profession.
But
So
hopefully, I will be partaking. Tomorrow is not going to be particularly warm, but I figured it's a good day to head out to the garage and start working on that iMac.
Now,
Well,
I have a
I-
logistical question. Am I allowed to skip tomorrow and go to Saturday? Because it's supposed to be 70
No.
degrees on Saturday.
No.
I have
46
another.
it is.
I have another logistical question. Is Wi-Fi permitted?
No, because that means you're operating a device that is using it.
Yeah, but
Well,
can you
But you're not
unplug
plugged in.
Wi-Fi?
It's not plugged in, so I mean, I would argue that.
Yeah.
Why,
Yeah,
why
let's
would you need it?
define plugging in here. Come on.
Yeah.
Well, I have a video about someone explaining how a caulk gun works. Would that help?
Oh my god.
All right, so you can leave all your stuff plugged in. Just walk away. Just if your phone has a notification, ignore it. If you feel like sitting at your desk and doing stuff on your Mac, ignore it. Just do something else.
This could impact on me doing a live stream, though.
Well, for you, it'll
Bruce
be the
needs his
5th, so
internet
it doesn't
money.
count anyway.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Bruce is in the future.
Yeah. Well, it is.
doesn't mean
It
that
is
I
already
can't
4th of
watch
March.
I can't
Yeah, so
watch
he
it.
should unplug it now and just leave. Bye, Bruce.
Bruce, unplug yourself quick.
Yep. I'm gone. I'm not here. I'm not actually here at all. Yeah. So, well, I mean, I understand the kind of idea behind it, everything like that, but it just sounds like another one of those something day things where we sort of.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, but we kind of pretend like we're dealing with major problems, but we're not really.
No, but it's something to talk about. And
I'm gonna unplug this cable that's not plugged into anything else, and I'm gonna feel better by doing so.
Okay, but you have to do it tomorrow, not now.
So, opening it up to the chat. Is anyone going to do this? Is anyone in the chat here today going to actually observe the National Unplugging Day and not use their devices and stuff? Jays?
I am.
I bet you don't.
As much
Yeah,
as possible.
I'm going to unplug my terminal at work so that I don't have to do anything.
It's a good one there, Mike. It's a great
I
idea.
unplugged the iMac. I'm done.
Yeah, I
Sadly,
mean,
I'm work from home, so I can't unplug. I have to be plugged in order to do my job.
Oh.
Well, I am going to use my phone to record me working on that iMac, for example. But from the moment I wake up to when I go to bed, I will have Do Not Disturb on. I'm not going to try to get. I'm not going to be distracted by any notifications, stuff like that. I figure that's a good try.
What are you going to do about participating in the chat of my live stream tomorrow?
I might have to miss it.
I'll ask again.
Yep.
What are you going to do about participating in the live chat of my live stream tomorrow?
My wife will sit in for me. I'm trying here.
She'll get some views.
Well, stop. Try when I'm not streaming.
Okay.
So
nobody is participating. Nobody.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is just a USA thing. I take it. This is something that is made. This isn't something that's being observed worldwide.
I'd never heard of it before today.
It has to be a US plug, otherwise you can't participate. So you're scot-free, Bruce.
I'm off the hook. Oh dear. Well, I think it's pretty stupid.
I want to touch base on something related to Marcintosh. Are we getting to that? Did we pass on that topic, or what are we doing now?
We're still waiting for Dana because he has to tell us what he's doing.
Yeah,
that's true.
We need anything and everything to keep this show going, Steve.
Okay, well, that's all you had to say, buddy. So
you want to start singing, guys?
It's Marcintosh Madness March. All right, so I did. I got this little thingy, and I didn't do a video about this yet, but I will. But for those of you in the chat who want to help us stretch time, can you guess what this is?
A giant CD.
You're supposed to let them guess, Grudy, you dork.
Right, sorry.
So this is a set of Macintosh fundamentals training a laser disc. You can see all the reflections of everybody in here. But there's a video content on this. I hope to archive that. But what's neat about this is it's a training set, came in a box and everything. There are these little workbook guides for the student and the teacher. And then I just got this piece of the puzzle from the person who sold me the laser disc. They found this. And this is a resource guide. And it has all sorts of neat stuff in here. Memory orientation, how much each machine can fit. So this is for the SE, the Plus, the SE30. And then it has some different diagrams about memory and such.
Will you be scanning all of it?
Well, it's a spiral-bound thing, so technically I can unwield it and do that. But what's neat is the back. There's a little floppy disk. And if anybody out there has a set of disks that look like this, and it says Macintosh Fundamentals 2.0 and does not say student disk, there should be about like 4 or 5 of them, or a CD-ROM. Let me know. That's the one piece of the puzzle I am missing. I am aware the Macintosh Garden has version 2.5. I'm looking for version 2.0. And there's also this lovely little card here that you fill out to see how satisfied you were with the course, which is pretty neat. So this was something that you would have purchased, I guess, to train your office or your school about how to use the Mac, and train your students or your employees to make sure that they knew how to use the machine and all that stuff. So it's one of these audio video things that's controlled by a HyperCard stack.
Was this the one where we got to see the what not to do with floppy disks?
Yes, that's where that gem came from. One of these disks is still sealed. I have not opened it, so I'll have to look into that. But there are 3 laser discs total. Part 1 is the one that's sealed, so I have to open that.
I've got a question.
Mm-hmm.
I only have a stack of General Motors training discs. Where the heck did you get Apple training discs?
eBay. So I was doing a search for something, and somehow these popped up, and I said, I clicked the button and bought the stupid thing.
I wonder if one of those has got the Beatles White Album in it.
I have that on Laserdisc in a different area, but it's going to be fun. The tricky part about this is the Laserdiscs, if you're familiar with them, have the ability to be recorded in a way where you can skip around and the chapters don't have to be encoded or anything. That seems to be the way these are recorded. But the reason for that is they didn't have to be fancy with the manufacture of the discs because they have to be driven by a hypercard program. So you would launch the hypercard stack, which is on the floppies I am missing. That would communicate to the disk to say, play, frames 3001 to 5006 with the right channel of audio only. And that's what it would play back.
Real quick, do you need an industrial player? Because I've got a V2600.
I have a V4400 and 3 V8000s, which are just collecting dust in my garage because they don't work. But anyway, yes, I have what we call a problem. But yes, I'd love to try and play around with this to see if I get it to work. I do have the cable that connects the Laserdisc player. I just am missing the HyperCard stack. But that'll be a fun Marcintosh thing, and I'm hoping to have this on display at VCF East in April. So if you want to see a Laserdisc player and a Mac communicate and all this fun stuff in person, come to see the thing because that'll be fun.
Yeah,
I would love to see some more excerpts from that. I really enjoyed that one about
there's so many bits. I'm gonna try and do is I'm gonna play a bit of it, upload it to YouTube, see if there's any content matches on it because I don't think there would be. There is some music, but I think it's if I could isolate the right audio channel, that's the only one that's speaking. The left audio channel is some music that it accesses once in a while. If I just do the right audio channel, it's just people speaking. So hopefully that won't catch anything. But yeah, the latest Laserdisc I own. That's a good one. Probably like 1999 or I don't own like the Matrix or any of those stupid expensive ones. I think I own the Phantom Menace. I think that's probably the latest one I own.
Oh, that is a really late one.
Yeah.
I think I have Saving Private Ryan might be my latest one.
Yeah, so this is now Laserdisc GAC, but anyway, that'll be something you can look forward to. And if anybody has those discs, please reach out to me. I'd love to try and get this working. It'll probably work with 2.5, but who knows? I don't know.
By the way, Dana is in the chat. Why is he not in the video?
I think he's having some internet troubles. Yeah.
His MacBook Pro is now boot looping.
Ooh.
And he's too lazy to grab another computer, like a 12-core Mac Pro.
Or hop on his phone or something,
Well.
Phone would do.
Yeah.
All right. Now, we are now delving into the realms of not that much on the topic list, but I thought I would just mention this one because I saw this turn up, I think, in Facebook or something like that about this. I don't think it's actually a rumor. I think Apple have actually done this. They're talking about designing a computer into a keyboard. So so the idea of like when you have your little wireless keyboard, rather than that just being your wireless keyboard. So sort of going back to the days of the 80s micro, where you would have your your keyboard and computer sort of inside here, and then you can connect your monitor to the computer, and so that is the computer all in one. Now it's almost like, I guess, making a laptop without a screen. So you could just plug in your own screen. And to me, given how small they're making the motherboards or logic boards of these computers these days, assuming they can sort out any issues associated with, cooling and stuff like that, it seems like, I think, a reasonably practical thing to do. If you can make a computer the size of a keyboard and, really not much bigger, you put the actual guts of the computer inside, all solid state, of course, but you put them inside the, sort of, if your keyboard is like, sort of got like a bevel shape to it so that it stands up a little bit, the thicker part of it is where you put the computer. What are people's thoughts on Apple releasing something like this?
I think from a guy.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead, Steve.
I was just going to say, I think it's a genius idea for Apple to figure out a way to get people to spill liquid on their desktop and have to pay to replace the entire thing.
That's a really, really important point. And I was thinking about this before, that if Apple make that computer as inaccessible as they make things like these keyboards, all it will take will be a little bit of liquid damage. I mean, as long as those keyboards can be replaced like they can in a laptop, I think it's fine. But if they
technically they already do it, it's called a MacBook.
Yeah,
They just go put a screen on it and presto.
absolutely. But a MacBook, this is my point. If it is accessible as a laptop and the keyboard can be replaced, that's all fine.
Yeah.
If they're going to seal it up like one of these things, then we're in trouble if there's any liquid damage.
My question is, who's the market for this? Like, so you already have the iMac, which is like your all-in-one already integrated machine, and you can pick your peripherals. Are they trying to swap that to where, because people want to be able to pick their monitor, so they're trying to swap the paradigm? I don't.
Wouldn't it be
I already have a Mac Mini for that. Like, I'm not sure.
I think the problem with this is like now you're stuck with the keyboard that Apple gives you.
Yeah.
And okay, are you going to make one with a trackpad built in? I mean, look, I think the idea is neat, but I think that they're trying to solve a problem that there's no problem for, because the Mac Mini does that already. You bring your own keyboard, your mouse, and your display, and people are quite happy to either buy Apple's mice and keyboard if they want, or just use whatever the heck they have already. You know, and the Mac Mini is something you could put in a rack mount case, you could put on your desktop, you could put here or there. The problem with the machine all in a keyboard here, it's like, okay, well, it has to be here, and Apple doesn't like cables, so I'm gonna have, you know, there'll be one cable, I'm sure, and it's gonna be the weird, you know, funky connector they have on the new iMacs, and it's gonna run to a brick, and that brick will have Ethernet or whatever and display. But it's like that's kind of like not as neat and tidy as Apple wants it. I'm sure what they would love to do is sell you the keyboard and then sell you a nice display, and the display has all the crap in it. But then that's
Apple
an iMac.
It's all about wireless now. I think it would pair up with an Apple TV or something more than.
Yeah. It strikes me as it would be something like an Air, a MacBook Air, you know, with no Ethernet plug or anything like that, but without a screen.
Maybe they're planning to release it with some sort of proprietary wireless interconnect or something like that to try to reduce the number of cables down to like one.
AirPlay 3
or some BS. Yeah, who knows?
The problem is the biggest problem is that Apple would build it, which means that my keys will be 100 degrees Celsius before I'm even done typing my password to log in.
Well, these are M1, so it'll be 98 degrees Celsius.
Oh yeah, okay. This is as crazy as putting a touchscreen on a Mac.
I agree, actually. Yeah,
I think in you know, for a certain problem that you're trying to solve, which I don't know what the problem would be, that maybe this would be an interesting solution. But I think there's a reason why we moved on from having the hardware built into the keyboard, and for expansion purposes, which Apple doesn't care about anymore, or, you know, customization purposes, which Apple may not care about anymore. But yeah, look, it would be cool if they figure out something to do with it, and it's a nice machine and whatever. It's a budget model. I don't see it beating the Mac Mini as far as a usability thing.
I only know one person that would use it, and that's Joe, because he's been doing it with his MacBook Air up until a few days ago.
I mean,
by the way, I can't believe you bought a screen for that thing. Those screens were.
I found the cheapest screen I could get, and the light sensor doesn't work, so my lighted keyboard won't light up at night. So, you know, it is what it is.
Okay.
But it's still cheaper than getting a new MacBook Air completely, and it allowed me to finally get off of using the MacBook Pro as my daily driver for goofing off. So that can now become my workstation. So I really like plans. Dude, video production, it is going to destroy my Threadripper, I'm pretty sure.
Good.
So, and it allows me to get rid of Windows and go Mac 100%. I mean, you can't really complain about that. And Marcintosh in March is the perfect month to do it.
Yeah, you're wearing that shirt, so you have to.
It seems to me that concept of the keyboard in, you know, sort of that sort of computer and a keyboard is that Apple have two problems with that ultimately. Number one, they've got to design it and make it functional and not overheat and all that sort of stuff. But they then have to find a market for it, because they have to work out who's going to buy something like that. You know, I mean, are they going to be competing with like the mini market? Are they looking to open it up to a new market?
It would
Are
sell
they
like
competing
hotcakes.
with the laptop market?
All they have to do is send one to iJustine. iJustine's like, oh, it's amazing, without even knowing what the hell it does. and people will buy it just because it's something Apple made. That's
Yeah,
just
like
how it
if you were to make the argument, oh, it's for schools. Well, schools are using iPads already. There a lot of schools are not even using desktop computers anymore because the iPad has been such a hit. So I mean, I guess for specific things, like I guess there could be a market for it, but there's the Mac Mini and there's the iMac already. So I I don't know. It's such a weird thing.
Yeah, only Australians would think of this.
It wasn't my fault. Yeah,
What'd you do, Joe?
Now somebody's saying that's Joe's basement. I'm like,
Oh. I heard a lot of noise. I didn't know what was going on.
You made the Marcintosh Tosh logo disappear.
Oh dear, what's happened?
oh no,
Did someone's furnace
back.
turn on?
Yeah. There we go. It's back. So
Hey, all I have to say, final thing on this, if we're not doing any more on this topic, Apple already did it. It was great in this form factor. They don't need to do it again. Done.
yeah.
I will just ask, how loud are the keys on that thing?
Ka-chunk.
They've got a nice clickety clack to them. I
Sure, why not? Buy a Blue Scuzzy.
very quickly mention, seeing as we don't have a whole lot left to talk about, I thought I would mention that because a lot of us will have received an announcement from Apple that they are holding a new event coming up. Does anyone have any predictions of what we might be seeing at that event?
50-core Mac Pro.
Yeah, I wish.
Ooh,
I know that a lot of people have been saying that it's going to be a Mac Mini and a portable Mac of some kind, and that the newer, bigger iMac is waiting for the summer. Which, I mean, I can't afford a Mac Mini or an iMac at this point, so maybe a few months is good to wait. But I'm very excited to see the next generation of these, because we had the Rev A Mac Mini M1, we had the Rev A iMac M1. So I'm very curious to see if they're on par with the performance of the MacBooks that they put out not too long ago. Sounds like they would be, because that'd be freaking awesome. Let's just get a Mac Mini that blows out the Intel one out of the water and go from there.
Well, they're playing cheeky with the word too. Peak,
Yeah.
P-E-E-K. Of course, it's peak in performance. I'm thinking performance. I think you're right there, Steve. They're going to kick out some new M1 hardware. On the peak side, there's got to be something behind that. I'm thinking they're going to do some sort of funky AR wearable, maybe. I don't know.
I don't know, with
or maybe
I
just
would
a
think of
preview.
a new operating system, some different kind of mountain rage that they're going to introduce.
or maybe, I mean, they did this with the previous Mac Pro. Maybe they give us an insight into, hey, here's what's coming, because they and hear me out. If they want to do this Mac Pro, they gave themselves, I think it's till the end of the year, when they started counting within 2 years they'll do this transition. That was in 2020. If for whatever reason, and the timeline doesn't really fit here, because by June, that's really WWDC. That would be the time to do this, teasing of a Pro Tower or whatever. But if they wanted to get us a peek for whatever reason of what's to come, all right, then that kind of makes sense. But that's kind of unlike Apple. They've only done it a handful of times. So, yeah, that's weird.
I'm just looking forward to Tim Cook's stellar acting skills.
Good morning!
Everything is awkward when that guy's on screen. It's amazing.
Mhm.
I'm sure they green screened the hell out of it. It's all in his basement.
Well, last video, I don't know, what was it, WWDC or something? He was up to his waist in tall grass. I don't know what they were thinking with that one, but it was weird.
I got ticks. Get them off of me.
Well, I did read somewhere that someone was thinking there might be a new iMac Pro coming, but that was just sort of one of the predictions being thrown out there.
I'd love an iMac with a bigger screen. I would have purchased an iMac already if it wasn't for the smaller screen and it being a Rev A. I was so close to it at one point, but
yeah, okay.
I think we're all just very patiently waiting.
Yeah, I see a budget iPhone SE, iPad Air, new Macs. I don't know.
I mean, I would say that obviously the M1 iMac and the M1 Mac Mini, there's nothing particularly wrong with them, but they're getting a little bit older when you look at the MacBook Pros, which could have more memory and better cores and all this crap. So yeah, the iMac, that's fine if you just need something, or Mac Mini, that's fine if you just need something. But I'm excited for the next wave of these things.
Yeah, and in case I haven't mentioned this publicly, I stand corrected when it comes to the M1 Max. For as long as I can remember, I have been of the opinion, and I have been telling people to avoid any first generation product. The M1 has been performing really well since it came out. There was a small OS issue where it was chewing up SSD space that got resolved, I believe. The hardware seems to be pretty incredible. So I stand corrected.
And that's a good thing. You don't want to do that with a first generation product and sour everything.
When he stands corrected.
By the way, I hope for new AirPods, the things that go in.
I do too. Yeah,
because
Apple
has been making some pretty big promises on developing not full-on hearing aids, but to put more functionality in there to help hearing impaired people. And I'm really looking forward to that because I got my wife what are they called? AirPods? What are they called?
AirPods.
I got some for my wife a few months ago, and she's been playing with the accessibility features. There's a feature that it focuses on the person in front of you and makes their voice stand out from the crowd. There's all kinds of filters you can apply, and it's been amazing for her. So if they develop this further and release some new hardware, I will buy that instantly.
Excellent.
And now I have to sneeze. I'll be right back.
There is the Apple event is another pre-recorded event, so no audience is there, and they're of course saying that is an ongoing thing because of COVID restrictions. But it's my understanding that they could actually have an audience if they want to. Do you think this is the end of audience events for Apple? Are they going to keep doing all pre-recorded stuff? Do you think?
See, on the one hand, you get the first 5 rows of the people in the auditorium, all Apple employees cheering, and that energy and stuff you can't really get in a pre-recorded thing. But on the other hand, how perfect Jobs like to make his presentations, I think, is rubbing off on Cook and everything. So I think having everything pre-recorded, they could go in, they could fix these ums and ahs, they could remove this and that, everything could be perfect, no slip-ups or anything. I think that is like the cookie cutter example of how Apple wants to present their stuff. And that always has been the perfect, setup, the perfect software demo. I think it's a very Apple thing. And it would surprise me if they went backwards into doing, the sort of live events where, it's all, it's scripted and everything, but there's the chance for error, because unless they're really hurting that the press isn't there to interact, and maybe they are hurting from, that interaction from the press and whoever they invite for these events. I think it's a huge benefit for them because they could have a little fun with it. They could, record whatever they want in a certain way, and they could present things a little bit differently. But again, there's pros and cons to that.
I hope they keep doing
event. Advertisement.
Yeah, exactly.
Good point. Yeah.
I don't know. I just sort of, you're right. I mean, it gives them that incredible level of flexibility. And when they're demonstrating something, it isn't just a matter of demonstrating it up on a screen, up on the back wall. They can go in and demonstrate it. If it's exercise stuff, they can demonstrate it with someone running on a treadmill, or they can, whatever the case is, they can actually really get in there and do more purposeful demonstrations of things rather than, as I say, just showing pictures up on a screen.
Yeah, like
so I can understand that.
Oh, sorry.
That reminds me of the one presentation where Steve Jobs got really mad because everyone was on the Wi-Fi.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There's only
no chances of that happening.
There's only one person that could pull off a successful stage appearance, and that was Steve Jobs. The guy just walked around and talked like he owned the place, which he actually did. But there's one more thing more awkward than or Tim Cook on camera, and that's Tim Cook on stage with that grin like he just shit his pants. I just hate the guy. But yeah, I hope they keep doing this because
tell us how you really feel, Jay.
You don't want me to do that. No. the effects and the stuff they put in the videos is kind of fun to watch. But yeah, the whole stage thing and the connection. My internet has historically been pretty decent, but there were plenty of times where the broadcast, because it was somewhat live, I mean, they would buffer it so they could catch major errors, but I think it was no more than a few minute delay. It had some issues where the broadcast stopped or the quality went down, and this is all pre-recorded, and they can just push it out without any issues. So it is a better viewing experience, in my opinion.
Yeah, they just have a video file on the server they're pumping out.
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely different. When they first did them, I thought, all right, this is a little weird, but yeah, I've sort of got used to them, and they have a little fun with them. And like, when they have the home pods, I think that's what they call, and the home kit stuff, and they have that model of a house that is like, with all the walls disappeared and all that crap. I mean, yeah, those are the types of things you would usually cut to a video of or whatever. And now they don't have to do anything; they just have it all in one package. So we'll see.
Can you imagine if they introduced different colors home pods? Kate would buy 50 of them.
They have different colored home pods.
Yeah.
That woman has a staggering amount of home pods. It's crazy.
Yeah, they have what is it, like 3 colors now?
Yeah, the HomePod Mini comes. It might be in 4 or 5.
Oh yeah, 5 colors: space gray, blue, orange, yellow, and white.
There's something we should probably mention, seeing as Grudy is with us here today. I don't know if you heard that Kate got herself a new microphone the other day. I just put it out there that she wasn't happy with the audio quality she was getting, and went out and bought herself a Rode NTG5.
Her model, I'm not going to say business model, but her idea is like, hey, I make videos for people. People send me money, either through ads or Patreon support or buy me a coffee, whatever. How about I use some of that cash and make my videos better so that the people will enjoy it and maybe even give me more money. And then I can buy better lighting and tripods and get a haircut and all that stuff. So just something to think about.
Even I went out and bought a new microphone.
Even Mike.
And I don't make any money.
Mike.
Yeah, I had to. My other one died.
Grudy, go buy a darn microphone. Whenever you talk, you're like the echo is like reverberating my brain.
Buy a microphone, some sound absorption material, and maybe a tripod would be nice too. And while you're at it, shave that crap off your face. I mean, you look worse.
See how supportive we are, Joe? We're so supportive of each other, aren't we?
Grudy, I don't care how fancy your new MacBook Pro is. Historically, a laptop has never had a great microphone.
And he's not filming with his laptop.
Good microphone.
What?
I think this is a pretty good microphone.
It's fine now, but when you're in another room, it's very echoey. So
yeah, there's a really important thing to remember. Okay, so I'm going to demonstrate this now. Okay, so here's a microphone, right? And this is a reasonably good quality one. It's old now, but it's still a reasonably good quality microphone. I want to show you something. This is what happens when you're a long way away from the microphone. All of a sudden, the sound is terrible. So it's not just about the microphone you have. It's having a microphone that you can get nice and close to your mouth.
Just take one of those lapel mics, clip it onto your beard, and then...
You have a lapel mic.
Well, you don't use it.
If he gets a lapel mic, he can hide it in his beard.
No, all we're going to hear is this.
Yeah, that's true.
Exactly. That's one of the reasons why I stopped using it.
Dude, just clip it to your shirt. Come on.
Next up on MacYak, we got the West Virginia Mountain Man.
It would be better if you put the wireless microphone. It'd be better if you
Put the mic to your hat, Bill.
microphone
Look right,
to
right
your
there.
hat. Or even if you clipped it on one of your dogs, and so every once in a while when the dog would make a loop around, we could hear you or something.
Shut it.
All right, guys.
This is pick on Grudy MacYak because he's never here.
Come on, Joe, pile on.
Amazingly, he's
Grudy,
showed
you're
up
great.
for
We love you.
MacYak.
So
Where's our
we don't have
stickers,
any more
Grudy?
topics.
Well, then let's just end it.
Yeah, so
Take
if
10
anyone
minutes,
has
get a drink
anything
and-
they would like to add, I will then move on to the self-promotion stuff. So
Oh God, he's being attacked viciously.
I will, of course, start with our guest, Joe, and I dare say that your self-promotion is going to be very Marcintosh-ish.
Absolutely. So I will start by doing some sort of not quite self-promotion and just promoting Marcintosh for everybody watching. If you like your Macs and you love that it's March, go out there, plug a Mac today. And if you can, share that with everybody and hashtag it Marcintosh 2022. Other than that, lots of cool stuff going on in Joe's Computer Museum world. I have parts back if they're Blue Scuzzies. So you can grab Blue Scuzzies if you're in North America from me. I will build those and ship those out to you. I have also recently designed this little guy, which I will be producing relatively soon if I can get it to focus. I call it Y-Cable. It's a Y-Cable replacement for your Apple IIe card for your PDS Mac Apple II card frame. Because apparently nobody has the Y-Cable. So I'm going to be having that available pretty soon.
You going to design a case for it?
Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. I haven't gotten quite that far.
The trick with those, because I have someone who made a very nice one. The trick with it is the back of the Color Classic and the back of the LC and the back of the 550 all have different sort of size requirements there. So, but I'm sure you figured that out already.
I'm going to send out some testers to some people and double check it. And if we've got to adjust, we'll adjust. But it's in the plan. So, yeah. Oh, one last thing. I just remembered. Again, this Sunday, I'm going to promoting a podcast on a podcast, Retro Repair Roundup with me, Ron from Ron's Computer Videos, Rudy from Rudy's Retro Intel, and Javier from Adventures in Retro Computing. We're going to be, again, targeting a little bit about Marcintosh, but also starting our giveaway for this Macintosh SE FE-HD right here. And we'll be giving you all the descriptions of how to participate in that and how to get a chance to win that. So tune in this Sunday.
Wonderful. Excellent.
No,
okay.
Michael, only I could do that. That's my gift, soldering on things back.
So, Mike, self-promotion. Anything coming up? Anything to look forward to?
Yeah, I'm doing a live stream in about 7 minutes.
Excellent. And are you continuing with your gaming live streams that we've been watching? Or you played what was the one you played the other day? It was
I played the Oregon
Trail. Yeah.
Not the Oregon Trail, the Oregon Trail.
Oregon Trail.
Yes.
Which was more fun to watch than I imagined.
It's actually quite fun to play. I didn't feel like playing Wolfenstein. I was too tired and worn out, but I wanted to, I already had the stream set up and I didn't want to disappoint anybody by not being there. So I just changed the game a little bit. But I will get back to shooting Nazis soon. And I'm giving away a laptop tonight at 9:30, so make sure you join in there.
Have you set that up that you can drop a link in, or?
Maybe.
That's the beauty of self-promotion there.
There, okay, there, link.
Yeah, wonderful. Okay, so everyone.
Boots and I are both expecting everybody here, all 39 of you, all 40 of you now, to be over there. So
there will be a count. We will not start the stream until all 40 of you guys are there.
No, screw that. I'm just going to start when I start because, to be honest with you, I'm on the verge of falling asleep as it is.
You're not helping yourself sell it. Come on.
I will need to try.
I'm throwing you softballs here.
I already hit the 1,000. I'm not worried about it anymore.
Mike, just go to bed and send me the computer.
Yeah.
That works.
No.
Actually, send it to me.
No, Grudy has enough computers. He hasn't.
Dude, I've sent you enough free crap that I regret giving you. I am not giving you more free crap. You didn't even enter.
I didn't?
No.
Yeah, I don't think I did either, but that's okay. I wasn't going to make you send it to me.
Yeah,
I'm not going to enter because then Michael will yell that I rigged it.
I give you enough stuff anyway. Your wife already hates me. I give you so much stuff.
I
No,
shared
she only sees you take stuff out of the house, and it makes me look better by comparison. So thank you.
So what's Bruce doing?
That's a good question. As I mentioned at the beginning of the stream, I will be having a look at that, sort of, what is it, Boat Shed Mac 2 FX tomorrow in a live stream. And that's probably going to be it. That will be my first Marcintosh video. I'm planning to definitely do some more coming up. It looks like I may have locked in a kind of serious sponsorship deal with someone. So I may be not them. No, I may be required to release videos more regularly. So that could be interesting. And oh yeah, sorry, Michael. Yeah, I'm going to the post office a little later today as well to post off a SCSI 2SD that's been sitting on my desk under a pile of stuff since November last year. Sorry, Michael.
By the way, it might smell slightly of wine.
Oh,
So,
nonsense!
No, that's bonus. That's a bonus.
From when he snorted half a glass of wine out his nose.
Reminds me I need to order some wine.
8-hour live stream that I wasn't even present for on my own channel.
Hey, you had to go sleep.
Yes.
Yeah,
And let's face it, it's
Unlike
brilliant
you,
material.
Who plays around the house all day with his kid and his wife. I actually have to physically walk downstairs.
Mike, don't you have a stream to start?
No.
Okay.
My stream, I'll start it whenever the hell I feel like it.
Awesome.
Steve, what do you got coming?
Hi. Be playing around with some Laserdisc Garoonies. It's stuck to the thing.
Do you really want to open them, though? That's the thing.
There's only one that is sealed, so might as well open it.
I thought there was only one that was open.
This guy here, and then there's the Mac FX case. So I have infinite free time now, better or worse. I keep falling asleep at 10 p.m. for whatever reason. But anyway, we got
That's after the 4 p.m. nap.
Yes. So we got a bunch of crap to go through here. Hopefully this Marcintosh, I will not let anything slow me down. The past few marches have been absolutely terrible in my life, and we're gonna hopefully this one is not as crappy, and we'll get some content out there.
Good time for a part 2 on clones, maybe?
No,
don't give it away. Don't give it away.
Yay.
That'll happen next year.
No, it's the progress is being made.
It'll be released at the same time as my ultrasonic video.
Yes, there we go. Race to the bottom.
Marcintosh 2030. Yay.
And my iMac video. I'll tell you what, we'll just release all 3 of them for Marcintosh. What do you say? I didn't say what year. I just said we'll do it for Marcintosh. It might be 2025 at this point before I get off my lazy butt.
I don't doubt it.
Jay, what's happening?
I guess it's my turn. I'll be doing stuff.
Very descriptive.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
We always love to hear that.
Yeah.
Grady.
I'll be filming stuff.
The Wi-Fi compression there just gives your beard. It looks like it's down to your chest. Shadow.
It does. It does. It's the shadows blending in with the beard.
Amish Rudy.
Oh, that's great.
Your resolution is 120 by 130 right now. Oh my
I don't even
goodness.
think it's that high.
Yeah. Oh God.
Okay, so we have a Discord.
It looks like he's using a Logitech or no, a Connectix quick.
You know what would be better?
Connectix quick cam.
You know what would be better? This webcam I found at a thrift store.
I love it.
Oh yeah, it's pretty bad, isn't it?
Yeah,
Oh
we
God! All right,
Robot.
shut up, Grudy.
Okay, on that note, I think it's time to end this.
I do think it's time to end it. So we have a Discord. Make sure you jump on there and check it out if you haven't already. Lots of
Tinker Different.
really good people there. Tinker Different. Don't forget to jump on to Tinker.
Smash that like button.
Do that thing that he just said.
Marcintosh.com.
Yep, Marcintosh.com, ticketdifferent.com, Mac Yak Discord.
Bye.